It's Thursday 17th, it's about 1 PM, sun is shining, everything's good. I've been walking for about 20 minutes, just leaving Wallingford now, and I'm starting to ache already. Just a few miles down the road, maybe 6 miles down the road, that'll be a good start, because this bag's heavy. So catch up with you later. Absolutely knackered. I've only done 6 miles, my legs are aching, my ankles ache, my knees ache, and my bag suddenly got really heavy, magically. I'm not really confident about how far I'm going to get. I've got the old map here. I'm only half the way I expected to be by the time I'd finished, so it's been 2.5 hours walking, so I guessed I'd be walking for 5 hours. So we'll have to see how far I get. Right, I've got a bit further from Cleve Lock all the way down to that dock there. Another maybe 3 miles, tiny little baby steps, but water is actually there, which is good to get to. I have got plenty of water. There's a nice little battle site I want to get to. Might do a bit of wild camping just off the track somewhere down there, and my campsite that I've booked for tomorrow is way over here and I'm way over there. So that's all this to go, and I've only done that bit today. So if I get to roughly here, then it shouldn't be too much to do that. I thought I'd probably explain a little bit of what I'm doing. I've been walking by myself for, well, most of the day now, and basically it was just to get a little bit away from it all, and really, to be honest, you can't get much further than this. So, a couple of questions. One is, why am I doing this? Well, it's a bit of a test. Walk 80 miles over 4 days, get to the summer solstice for the 21st of June, enjoy the festivities, and knowing that I've done a little bit of a pilgrimage to get there on foot, with as minimal help as possible. I've got good bags, I've got good supplies, I'm prepared, I've got a way out planned as well, just in case I can't make it. And I also thought while I was here that because this is the oldest road in England, it's been used for 5,000 years, from Roman soldiers to herdsmen to tradesmen, Neolithic people of the Stone Age and the Iron Age, all the way through to Bronze Age, to today, where people cycle along or go on the motorbike or just simply go for a little walk up and down it. It's very rich with history, which a little bit I'm going to discuss about this place here now. This is the Battle of Ashdown. This is where Alfred the Great really sealed his claim on the country. And further along is Wayland's Smithy, the white horse of Uffington, the oldest chalk hill figure in the shape of a horse in Europe. Avebury, stone circle of great age and antiquity. There's Silbury Hill, very well known, West Kennet Longbarrow, and places like that are all dotted along here. And this is also said to be part of the Michael and Margaret ley line, a power line that runs through the country from north way through to Wiltshire, which is said to be like the natural veins and energy lines of the country. So in this field, over to the west, lined up across along there in this low-lying bit, was Alfred the Great. He found the blowing stone in Kingston Lisle, sarsen stone with a hole in it. When you blow hard, it makes a loud trumpeting noise, which is one of the things I want to try and find and have a go at that myself. And he roused all the men of the area, and they came and lined up in this field, ready to do battles, sword and shield, close quarters, hand-to-hand combat. And up there on that higher ground, up on that ridge, was a slightly smaller force of Vikings, probably about 8,000, 7,000. And this was ruled by King Bagsec, who arrived the last year in 870. And he joined the great heathen army invading Britain under Halfdan Ragnarsson, who was the King of London at that time. He'd taken London, taken England. And Alfred and Ethelred, Saxon kings, were stood here ready to defend the land. So after he'd ridden his mare up and blown the blowing stone, and summoned all these people, they did a great battle all the way along here. 20,000 men fighting hand to hand, sword and shield, and it cost a great many lives. It was a Pyrrhic victory, not really a decisive one, just one where it showed the Vikings that they knew that they had quite a bit to confront against. There they go. As you can see, still in use today by cyclists and sporting types. So when Ethelred died, 4 months later after this battle, Alfred was then King of Great Britain. He'd taken over all the other 7 kingdoms and was ruling, still fighting Danes, still travelling the land, and still making history. And he didn't live that much longer, only maybe 10 or 16 years before he died. But every single descendant of his in the royal family, even to today, are all descendants of Alfred, including Princess Diana, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, is descended from King Alfred. That lineage has held strong for 1,000 years, and it all pretty much started here. Have my rucksack on me, so I've actually met a couple of chaps on the road already. They're also going to Avebury for the summer solstice, so they're aiming to reach in the same time frame. They're a little bit up ahead looking after my kit. They started right at the top, started the whole 84 miles, and they've started about 3 or 4 days before me, so they've already done exactly what I'm about to do. And to be honest, their feet are suffering as much as mine. So yeah, they're going to be helping me. That's going to be quite cool to have someone. I was a bit worried about knowing what to do. They've already said that I'm carrying too much weight, and they said ditch a load of stuff, including the tent, but I don't want to get rid of my tent. I think that come in pretty handy. But so far I'm enjoying it. It's going well. It's a tough challenge, and it's really interesting seeing just all the rolling hills and all the little insects and birds and scenery just rolling by. And James and Phil, they're both good long travellers. They've been doing it quite a while now. They've got some interesting spiritual philosophies and druidic ways about them, so I think I'll probably be in quite good hands. If I pan around here, as you can see over that way, round that bend and across, down over that way past those greenery, that's the A34, and there's a little there's a nice little underpass there, and there's a little bit of a green chute next to it, chute away. And we're just going to pitch a tent. Well, I'm going to pitch my tent, and they're going to put their bivouacs up, and then be ready to get up pretty damn early in the morning, ready to walk another, I think we've done about 20 miles today, so it's going to be about 26 miles or so tomorrow, which is I'm kind of a bit worried about. bag is definitely way too heavy. However, the first aid kit comes very handy for patching up blisters. Our tent was really nice to sleep in when it's a bit damp in the morning and misty, nice and warm and dry, and you got somewhere where you can sort yourself out, get ready to go, carry on, pack up and go, while they're shuffling around inside their bivouacs trying to get pants on and so on. Didn't look too comfortable. Okay, so I've left the guys with my bag again at the top of that steep hill, which I've just climbed, well, just walked down. Ridgeway runs straight across it because I'm in search of the famous blowing stone that Alfred used to summon his troops to his aid in 871, which I believe is just coming up here to this cottage. There we go. The infamous blowing stone. I don't know how it works. I think it's supposed to blow in one of these holes here. However, you can get leaflets and postcards. Ooh. King Alfred's Than. I think I'll be putting my 20 pence in there. See if we can summon an army of Saxons. As you know, I like to play flute, but I've not played anything like this, so let's give it a go. This looks worn smooth by everyone who's had a go. So that's how it's done. Quite noisy. Whether it's summon an army of Saxons to your banner or just basically annoy the neighbours, I don't know. However, legendary kings on tops of hills, this is the instrument of choice. Kind of reminds me of Flash Gordon when he puts his hand in it. Oh well, I might not have the power of an ancient king, but at least I gave it a go. Now all I have to do is trek all the way back up that hill again. Got past Wayland Smithy. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm thinking about getting the bus. I'm not holding my friends any longer. They've been very patient with me and helped me come along. We got done Wayland Smithy, did the White Horse, and got about 4 miles, and my legs are just had it now. So I'm going to just take a shortcut and nip to Avebury while I'm still alive. Well, I'm still going, still alive, still knackered. Feet are absolutely battered. Just getting my breath whilst see the cars coming and going. I'm just outside of Marlborough, about 1.5 miles east. The state of that hat, all the sweat, state of my shoes. Look at the state of that. Woo. Messy. Right, I'm stopping at a campsite which has a shower, which is amazing. I haven't had a shower in ages. As you can see, I'm a mess. So hot shower, 20 pence to go in slot, re-bandage my feet, sort myself out. And Avebury tomorrow. Meet up with people and stay up all night and have some festivities. Right, well, today didn't go very well. Spent last night at Wayland's Smithy, met some interestingly bizarre people who were singing sort of a load of songs, which was a good laugh. Sat around a fire, drank some tea, yeah, and just sort of sat there getting my feet back together because we went to Uffington Hill and I was struggling then. I've got to say, I was struggling just to get up and down that, so steep, and my feet were hurting, my legs were aching. Went to Wayland's Smithy and then we camped in the wood, and then this morning set off about 5:30, but nah, screwed it. Feet were hurting, kept on getting cramps in my calves, so I couldn't get pace. Knees were playing up, ankles were playing up. Anything from the thigh downwards was bad. After sort of slowing them down for about 4 miles, which took about 2.5 hours to go 4 miles, I was crawling along, just little pacing, and I was like, sorry guys, I'm holding you up. Rang a taxi, got lift to this campsite where I'm at now, had a shower, which was fantastic. So I'm all clean for the first time. Yesterday it was like shiny tap, fantastic. Now whole shower of hot water and soap, amazing stuff. So yeah, had a brew, put some more patches on my feet, took all the bandages off, they're all blistered and horrible. Just put some more little light patches on, loads of Savlon, just let them get the air to them. Gel for the calves. Did a bit of shop, got some more supplies. That's just for my ankles. Yeah, so tomorrow, Avebury. I've left the Ridgeway now. As soon as I got to Marlborough, there's no way of getting back up to it without starting again, really, from where I left off. So basically what I did was just cut straight across the bottom of the road and just walk on the road all the way along back to where we can meet up, and that is the Ridgeway there. Little signposts dead ahead. That's where it all ends. So I did make it to the end of the Ridgeway. I did have to take some slightly cheaty steps of getting a lift down to a campsite and spend the night there, sort of relaxing, getting my rest, getting my energy back, and then taking a different route, taking a different walk altogether. But I like to go and have a look at these places in a little bit more detail and come and have a look at these sites. Tree there. Every time I come, it's covered in little ribbons and offerings and little tokens. I'm not sure what the story is behind that. Certainly nothing I've read about it. I've seen it a few times. That's an impressive sight there. So why people decide to use this as a trophy tree, for want of a better word, I don't know. But it certainly is very decorated on the lower branches. It's very good. I like these little stops to do my videos because it gives me a chance to take that backpack off. It's way too heavy. If I do this again, and I think I will do this again, I'm going to lighten it up and just not put as much in there at all. But yeah, there's all kinds of interesting odds and ends here. I seem to recall there was yeah, that branch there has been cut here, right there. I remember that hanging down quite low with lots of stuff on it. But our main thing is over this hill, which is West Kennet Long Barrow, very similar to Wayland's Smithy. same shape, same design, same people built it. It was the Beaker people, so-called named after the clay pots they left behind, with little diamond shape or triangular shaped markings in, very thorough and regular in their design. And that's all that's really known about them. There's no written history of them. They didn't write anything down, didn't leave anything, any markings, just their bits and pieces that they used to live with. So yeah, they were, I suppose, a Stone Age clan, and they were basically the people that made this country to start off with. I'm sure pre Saxon times and pre-invasions, and I don't think, you know, they're with us anymore. I don't think they're in our gene pool anymore. They've been replaced since by all the various invading forces that we've had over the last 2,000, 3,000 years. But every time I come up to West Kennet, I always find there's someone singing inside the barrow. I think it's a bit early for that, but we'll have a look at the barrow anyway. Dark chamber, 2 side burial chambers. I think there's 40 odd bodies recovered from here by archaeologists, all different ages, all different types, all neatly placed in here. And there's a little light so we can see. Yes, it's so impressively dark. There we go. Someone's placed a little prayer there. So yes, once a tomb, as always, tends to turn into shrines. There's little places that you can sit, should you wish to experience. I think, oh wow, they filled this up. This was once open here. Oops. There you can see that a little bit better with the light. That's been bricked up. Little side chambers. Well, as there's very little you can see, I put a little bit of glass up there. Little place you can sit there meditating the rocks. They've covered this glass bit over. So yes, it was opened up by the Victorians, and then closed again, and then sort of refurbished in the 1930s, a bit later than that, just to support it and make it safer so that you can enjoy it. And now we'll go over to Silbury Hill. Little manifestation there. It's just the sun. Final semi-final last stop just before I get over to the avenue for Avebury itself. I'll sort of come a little bit further along to a viewing point where you can see the this man-made mound in all its glory. Here we go. It's been tunnelled into. It's had people put cameras in it and little robots. Rabbits have been in there. Nobody really knows what's inside, if there was anything inside, whether people lived on it for defence or whether it was a religious site. There's various ditches and fortifications, although it doesn't look like it was made as a defensive area. There's plenty of other places that could be used rather than building your own hill. But it's about 4,000 years old. 1,000 years after the Long Barrow had just been to, West Kennet Long Barrow. And yeah, I think these sheep Here you can see they're dotted around. That's the only thing that's really been constant on this hillside. Probably slightly different sheep actually. And then just over that hill where those trees are, there's a little ridge that you can travel over the other side and you get to the avenue. And then Avebury, just over in that sort of direction, beyond that ridge, with all the crops in it. So the journey is nearly over, and I've done a little bit of walking. How many miles? Let me see now. I think I must have done about 35, 40 when I decided that I'd had enough and needed a break. And we got down to Marlborough campsite, which I had to walk to, which is probably another 4 miles or so, and then walking back into Marlborough, back across all the way to the sanctuary, and then that's where the Ridgeway journey ended. Yeah, it still must be in the region of about 50 or so miles, so that's still plenty of walking. I think I'll probably be a little bit more organised if I decide to do this again, and have a little bit more thought about what I need to take with me, weight, and really get some better shoes, better clothes, do a bit of preparation really. So I'm just going to pop back over onto the road over there, walk back, and then join up at the Avebury Avenue. So that's the solstice sun setting. We're at Avebury, and it all starts again first thing when the sun rises. I think it'll be somewhere over there.